All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me make sure my audio is working because I've had some problems lately. Yeah, it seems to be working. Good morning, Gomez. How you doing, brother? Before I get started, I think I'm going to go ahead and just say I'm going to probably continue GPA analysis one or two more episodes just to see how it goes. The views have kind of died down a little bit, and I understand. I mean, not everybody has interest in GPA, but I think what I might end up doing is just kind of scaling back to just doing this twice a month instead of every week. I need to have other things to discuss and talk about other than, GPA and slabs. So I figured that I would try to find some other things to be talking about this week. And also I can't be cracking slabs every week. So that gets expensive. I just happen to have quite a few of them that I want to crack anyways. So shout out to Gomez. Shout out to Adam Comically Flawed. He says, well, I was about to get some food and turn on. Dude, go get your food, man. It's all good. Go get your food. Yeah. Okay. So Gomez about to hit up some garage sales. That's awesome, man. I was talking to a guy just this morning before I got started. I forget who it was. He was talking about how he got a Batman Avengers number 12 at a consignment sale for like $1. Couldn't believe it. Nah, Adam, you can get your food. You can get your food, man. You can get your food, and we'll still talk. I'll be here for. We'll be here for about 45 to 50 minutes. We'll be here till 12 Eastern, and then we'll shut it down. We won't go a whole hour today. But one thing I do want to mention real quick is, as you can see, I got this raffle going on right now. Raffle number 6 on Instagram. It's probably my 8th raffle total, but it's my 6th one on Instagram. There is 12 spots left. If anybody's interested, only $16 a spot. $16 a spot. This is easily about a $300 book. $16 a spot, 12 spots left. If anybody is interested, I will be posting the crap out of this thing all weekend, trying to get all the spots filled by the end of tomorrow, hopefully. And then hopefully we can go ahead and do this. So just want to throw that out there in case anybody's interested. Actually, Gomez, I think you're a part of that. So thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. What else can we talk about? Before I crack a slab, there's a couple things I do want to talk about. This right here. This was kind of the hot topic. What's going on, Vasquez? This was kind of the hot topic of the past couple weeks. So I was just trying to go on GPA and see what it's kind of done already. It's still probably a little too early to tell. One of the things I did see is that they did factor in the high pricing mark already for the first appearance of Carnage at $480. And this is actually right, because I remember, I don't know if I pointed out or if Jesse pointed it out, that the week it was announced, somebody already bought this at that price. So they've already factored that in, which is a record high for this book. Previously, look at what it sold for, $100 cheaper. So, and then I actually happened to watch ETA Nick's discussion about this book, and I completely agree with him. ETA Nick, he keeps up with the market pretty well. Very informative, very awesome guy to be watching. Great contributor to the community. So he pointed out how this book is just ridiculous, and he kind of said that people are kind of silly or stupid if you're buying this book right now, especially after your announcement. But that's how the market is how people are. Something is hot, they start to get impulsive, and then they start buying stuff. One of the things I have noticed this past week is this book has actually cooled down a little bit. And I think I found out the reason why. One of the things that I believe why a book cools down it's not that people are losing interest in it. It's that so many of them become available online that there's no need to pay top dollar for that book anymore. So when there was just a few of them and people were just grabbing them and paying top dollar for it, now there's a lot more of them out there. So there's no need to pay as much for it. And I think that this was kind of the case with New Mutants 98. It's no longer $1,000 book. It's about a $700 book. And it's because there's just so many of them out there. And that was one of the things that ETA Nick was talking about, is that there's nothing rare about that book, nothing at all. So yeah, let me go ahead and go to the chat real quick. Anybody in here? Glad I got mine well before. Yeah, I'm glad you got yours too, Adam. But don't worry about it not being a 9.8, bro. It's still easily a $200 book, even a 9.6. I paid $125 for a 9.8 4 years ago, and now your 9.6 is worth more than what I paid for my. Well, it's not worth more, but it sells for more than what I bought my 9.8 for 4 years ago. My LCS has a 9.6 slab right now, and the shop owner, she started to get impulsive and wanted to buy it, and we kind of convinced her. We was like, look, you don't need to spend $180, $200 on that book right now. That he gets those books so often. There's so many copies out there. There's no need to spend $180, $200 on a slab. Carson Point says that he hopped on the 361 at the right time. He was looking at his dealer sideways when he had to pay $25 for it. Dude, I'm right there with you. I think back in the day, if somebody asked $25 for that book, I'd have been like, what? Are you smoking crack? I'm glad you bought it too, man, because now you probably easily tripled the value of that book. Adam says that there was about 400,000 made. I bought 2 of them for less than $100, literally a day before the hype. Yeah, that's awesome. SW Tech Comics, I'm assuming, is that your name? That's awesome, man. Even $50 a piece is still a good deal, and especially if they're in a decent grade, you get them slabbed and you make even more money. Adam, even 400,000 copies is a lot. I would have to assume that they made more than that. But I agree with Carsaconic Point that, any book after 1982 is not rare. They just printed off so many of them. When I think of rare, and actually we'll talk about that here in a minute, I'm thinking of like Walking Dead rare, where there was like less than 8,000 copies printed, something like that. So this is really, kind of what I want to talk about a little bit. The hype actually has started to cool down a little bit, but like I said, it's not because there's not as much interest. It's because there's too many copies out right now. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and go to eBay real quick so we can kind of look and see what's going on, because I actually haven't been there in quite a while. So I'm not even gonna put CGC. I'm just gonna put ASM 361. You got 203 copies out right now on eBay. 203 copies. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see right here. People are already asking. Let's go to the buy now. Let's see what people are asking for. Like, buy it now. Look at that! Holy crap! What? Hey, look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. He's like, part 1, $500. Buy. Yeah, this isn't a attempt at a cash grab or price hike whatsoever. Look at this. Oh my God, $825. Now this is a little more reasonable. Look at this guy. He's got all 3 parts for $114. He says they're in high grade. I'm not going to go look through it right now, but can you believe this? Like this is actually This is actually something I would entertain if I was actually looking for this book. But look at this. What? Seriously? Seriously? Okay, let's move on. That's a joke. You know, and even this 9.6 is what he says it. One of the things I do want to say, whenever somebody says it's a 9.6, I immediately go to like a 9.4 at the highest grade. The reason why I do that is because everybody inflates their grade. You know, grading is so subjective. Everybody inflates what they think a book is graded as. Excuse me, especially when money's involved and you're trying to sell it. Look at this, man. Are you kidding me? A 9.8, $1,000. So, and here's another thing. All right, man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Okay. You're on eBay selling this for $1,000. Why would you not research and see what other books are selling for before you put yours up for sale? This makes no sense. If I seen that somebody was trying to sell theirs for 500 and it's not even being sold, why in the heck would I price mine for twice as much? Dude, are you kidding me? People are just dumb, man. To me, this is like, you don't want to sell this. You don't want to sell this. You just want to show off what you got. You have no intention of selling this, because only a fool would be stupid enough to buy this and this is the newsstand. This potentially is more rare than a direct edition. Why would I spend $1,000 for a book when I got one that's half the price? It makes no sense. What's going on in the chat? Shout out to everybody for watching. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know you guys are up early in some parts of the country or world. Real quick, I hope everybody has a great 4th of July weekend. If your job did not give you Monday off, they suck. If they did, they're awesome. And if you had to take Monday off so that you could extend your weekend, you're awesome. So I hope you make the most of your holiday weekend. What's going on in the chat? Yeah, this book is all over the place right now. Rag 718. I think you're right. He probably is a seasoned seller. You know, let's just click on it real quick, because he probably has like, oh, look at this. No, he's not. Look at this. He's only got 104 feedback rating. Are you kidding me? Okay, so here's what it is. He has a buy it now. And why are you watching this? Why are you people watch? See, I'm thinking that these are like people that have the same copy. They're just wanting to see if anybody buys it. So he has a buy it now for $1,000, but he's starting off at 4. See, but you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. So he's not a seasoned seller, that's for sure. Yeah, you said the same thing I said, Adam. Okay. So anyways, as you guys can see, there is a lot of these out there. I mean, look at this one. Here's a Canadian Euro version. Would that be worth getting just to have? Here's one signed by Stan Lee, potentially. Oh, it says he's got a COA. You know, so what is this? He's got a dollar book, Venom #1, $1 to $5 book, $1,000. Are you serious? So, anyways, what is this? Rare Greek edition. Oh my God. Okay, so here's one of the things I'm noticing. Not only are everybody bringing their own collection out of the woodwork, you're getting like various editions that are just coming out of nowhere. I've never even seen this before. Like, I would almost want to get this just to have it because of the it's from a completely different country. I mean, this is crazy. I've never even seen that before. Here's one sign. And look at the silver. Like, to me, guys, I wouldn't even waste my money on a second print. There's far too many of these first printings to be wasting money on the second print. And why would you even want a second print anyways? There's nothing. The only way I could see this being worth something is if people are constantly overpaying for it, therefore driving the market price of this book through the roof. What is this? German variant? Wow. Italian variant? Dude, like, this is just crazy. This book is just coming from every different parts of the world. Wow. Look at this one, man. This is Carnage's second cameo. It's not even his first. Not even his first. I want to see what people are paying for this book. I'm sorry, guys, if this is just fascinating to me. Okay, so it's cooled down a little bit. $10. That's $1 book. $5. Okay, so it's cooled down a little bit. $13. All right. This is what surprised me. Somebody spent $170 on that. No way I'd have done that. Is his first cameo going for anything? Yeah, not as high as a second cameo, but it's generating more interest than it did before the announcement. So, okay. All right. So anyways, I have not had any books to look up for anybody. If you guys have anything that you want me to look up, go ahead and let me know. I don't have any books yet to look up for anybody. Nobody has asked me to look up any. So I'm just going to keep rambling unless somebody has something they want me to look up. Just wait on the speculator train. So don't forget, we got the ultra rare second print. Those guys are waiting to drop those quick. No, it's cool. Great. Oh, okay. I appreciate that, Gomez. Yeah, it's just fascinating to me. And this is a speculation. Movie may not get made. That's true. Carson Counterpoint makes a good point. Like, well, I think the movie's going to be made, but they can still. I mean, because they've already casted the star actor. They've already got the director. Okay, so I got some books already. Look up Batman 12 9.8, Gambit's first appearance. Look up Spawn. You guys got to give me some grades. Give me some grades. I need to know what grade you want me to look up. But to me, this is like the speculation of the 90s all over again. Except the movies are generating the speculation and not the death of Superman or anything like that. So Batman Adventures number 12, good book to look up for sure. 9.8. Wow. Check this out. Oh, Batman Adventures number 12, first appearance of Harley Quinn in comics. So before any kind of, look at this, holy crap, before any kind of movie announcement, and a 9.8 starting in 2012, it was a $300 book. Can you believe that? A 9.8, a $300 book. Now, I don't know why the price hike here, because I don't think we got any Harley Quinn movie announcement until 2014. Even 2014, I think it was kind of early. I think it was like 2015. I could be wrong. Maybe it was around 2014. But as you can see what this book has done, oh my gosh, this book has fetched a $2,500 high. Can you believe that? A $2,500 high. Now, you see this chart right here. Obviously, here's your $2,500 mark where it peaked, but then look at how much has gone down. Now, I'm wanting to know why it's gone down so much, because I've been told that they have not. These Batman Adventures were not printed as much as like your regular Batman titles, because it was a kiddie version of Batman, and I don't think there was a lot of people, especially a lot of collectors, interested in that. So I'm assuming that this is because of the movie hype has died down. And also, I thought I heard that the next Suicide Squad or the next movie is going to have, what's her name? Is it Frost or Killer Frost? And that Harley Quinn is not going to be in it. Why? If that's true, why that's the case, I have no idea, because I would have Harley Quinn in everything if I was DC or Marvel. Wow, you guys are really coming out with this stuff now. So anyways, as you can see, it's cooled down a little bit, but I was talking to somebody, and I don't know if he's watching right now. He got his for $1 and he sold it yesterday because he wasn't sure if the hype was going to go down, or, you know, because it's a 90s book. I told him, I said, I think Harley Quinn is here to stay. I would have kept it and maybe sold it during the next Harley movie appearance. But even still, for $1, I mean, for whatever you sold it for, you know, made 1,000 times your profit, I'm sure, or close to it. So what's the next one? I think I had a Gambit. What? Okay, so Dubstep Bronx. Cool name, Dubstep. He wants me to look up the first appearance of Gambit in a 9.8. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. What is that? 266. Sorry, guys, I'm drinking coffee. Actually, I'm gonna get a refill here in a second. I'm gonna put this up on the screen for you guys to look at. We'll get a 9.8 right here. All right, so this is interesting. So, oh wow. Okay, so let me go grab some coffee real quick, and then I'll talk about this, because I got some things to point out. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so this is actually a good book to discuss right now, and here's why. Ever since the movie was announced back in, was it 2012, 2014, somewhere around there, this book has actually gone up. Now, we haven't heard anything regarding the Gambit movie ever since, I forget what the reason was. Did they lose their director or something like that? Shannon Tatum was supposed to play Gambit. Guys, this book hasn't even lost really any value since the movie announcement, maybe $30. I mean, before that, that was like I remember wanting to get this book. I think I seen it like all over eBay for like 250, 260 bucks. And I was tempted to buy it then. Now I'm not going to buy it because I'm not going to spend 500 bucks on it. I'll get a raw copy, but I'm not going to buy a slab copy. But this book hasn't really lost any value, even though we haven't heard any movie talk. So I'm like, what is it? Like, did it just generate interest of people who remembered this book? You know, I don't understand it, because I would have thought that this book would have taken quite a dip, at least down to the $300 range that it was at in 2012. So this is very interesting to me. This book is still held its value, and as you can see right here, 250 copies sold in 2016. Not as many. That was cut in half in 2017, but it was still being sold for around the same price. So is it because there's not as many out there, that's why it's held its price, or what? I'm not really sure how many copies of 266 were sold, but I know that they were pretty. A lot of them were sold, because I think X-Men was at its peak popularity, because I think Jim Lee and Porstachio, Will's Porstachio, was doing the X-Men at that time. So let me see what else we got. Now you guys are lighting up the, appreciate that. I'm trying to go back to see what other people wanted me to look up. Okay, Deadpool 18. Vasquez wants me to look up Deadpool 18 9.8. What year, Vasquez? I need a year, because there's, you know, with all these reboots, I mean, there could be 10 Deadpools number 18. See what I'm saying? There's like freaking 4 different Deadpools. In the meantime, let me look up. CGC fan wants me to look up Detective 359. What grade, though? What grade, CGC fan? Yeah, I got to give me a grade. Look up Detective 359, CGC 4.0. Okay. Until I get the grades to look up. $59. What is this, by the way? I'm not too familiar with. Here's Detective 359. I don't know what grade you want me to look up. Did I get a grade yet? I thought I saw 4.0. Dubstep Bronx said he's the one that bought my Aquaman #7. Yeah, I remember selling that book, man. I'm surprised that book didn't sell sooner. I mean, for only $20 for Silver Age book, it wasn't in the best copy, best condition, but still, man. My video's turning on and off erratically. I hope that's still not the case. Better check your connection, bro. Because I think I'm good. Let me see. My video's turning on. Yeah, I think it might be your connection. All right. Until I get grades, let me see here. And a 5 point. Okay, so let me go ahead and I think you said a 5.5 and a 4.0. So I'll just start with these. If I'm correct here. I'm not sure what the significance is of this book, Detective 359. Let me just see real quick. Oh, comes right up. What is this? Oh, the first Batgirl. Okay. Oh, I got you. I got you. So yeah. All right. So 4.0 is gone up quite a bit. It's easily probably a $600 book right now. Man, just a few years ago, it was only like a $150 book. And look at this, man. It hasn't gone down at all. It's only gone up. Was there a movie announcement or something that I don't know about? Because I'm trying to figure out why the spike in demand. Even right here at 5.5, wow. It's almost like $800 book. Holy crap. My LCS had this book and I wanted to get it, but it just was too beat up for me to justify the price that he was asking for. Man, you know what? This is, to me, is definitely a key book. I would love to have this book. Such a good book to have. Man, look at this. 8.0 sold for almost $2,000. Holy crap. All right, so let's move on. I think let me see what else we got. Rag 718 wants me to look at Walking Dead number 19 in a 9.8. Or is it The Walking Dead? That book came out in 2003. 19, he said, I think, right? 9.8. What's the significance with this book? Oh, first Michonne. Duh. Sorry guys, I sold my entire Walking Dead collection. I don't even have any Walking Deads anymore. First Michonne. Oh wow. So obviously right here is where you get your first appearance of her, where she showed up at the end of season 2, that very last episode. And look at it. It hasn't really, it's never reached that point ever again. So on the high end, this book is sold for $866. But as of today, it's dropped about $200. So it's only about a $500 to $600 book. Wow. That book has really dropped. Here's my thing about The Walking Dead, and you can take it for what it's worth. You can give me a thumbs down. I really don't care. I think 5 years after this show is finished, all these books, especially number 1, they're going to drop. Will they drop to be where they're like worth only $5? No. I think a number 1 9.8, it'll drop to probably maybe the $1,200 to $1,500 range. I don't think people are going to be paying $2,500 for that book anymore, because the show is going to be gone. There's not going to be as much interest, and it's going to be like one of those out of sight, out of mind type of things. Will they do a movie on it? Will they do a reboot? I don't know. But I just think it's just one of those books that, 5-10 years after the show is long gone, I think that whoever was spending $2,500, $3,000 on that book is going to be very hard pressed to get, half that money back. So that's just my guess. I mean, I could be wrong, but that is just what I am guessing for that Walking Dead. I mean, I sold my entire collection because it was just time to sell. I sold it just before the season, this last season had ended. I sold every single one of my Walking Dead issues in one lump sum. Somebody bought it from me off of YouTube, as a matter of fact. And so yeah, it's like stock market, people. You got to know when to buy, when to sell. So I sold. Yeah, first Michonne. I found LCS. That's only one for. Yeah, Rag. If you want to get that book, Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. Here's the leverage that you can have whenever you're trying to get any bargaining chip. You need to have GPA, or at least, ask me for help. I'm more than glad to help. And as a matter of fact, if you guys watch this video, take a watch it on your phone, get a screenshot of this chart so that you can use that to your advantage. Me personally, with the show not being aired, and we're not going to get another episode until what, probably Halloween. So we're good. What 3-4 months away. I don't even know if I'd offer 5 for it, or at least wait till some kind of sale, because the book just drops, man. It's just continuing to drop, and I think that Michonne's interest is waning a little bit. That's just my guess, but there's no way I would pay above GPA for that book. That's just me. So if you can get it for less than a 6, go for it. How much will it cost to get Walking Dead 19 slab? If you go through CGC, you're probably looking at about $100. If you're going through CBCS, like 60 to 80, because you can't, anything that's valued over $250 with CBCS, it has to be in a 2-day modern tier. And you'll from the point that you send it off to the point that you get it, it's only going to take about a week. Now CGC, I think it takes like a month. And CGC is more expensive, so that's pretty much what you're looking at to get that slab. There you go. Rag answered my question. Let me see what else we got. Okay, Deadpool 18, 9.8 from 1998. Let me go to that real quick. Deadpool. Deadpool number 18, 9.8 from 1998. Right here, I assume. Is it this one or this one? This one or this one? I'll go to this one first. Deadpool 18. Let me just see real quick. Deadpool is number 18. 1998. I'm looking for it. 18. I'll look up this one, then I'll look up the other one, just so that we have them both. And a 9.8 from the one from the 1997 series. It's about a $30 book. It's sold for 180 at one time. I don't know what the significance is with this book, but it, for whatever reason, it sold for what it sold back in the day. That was probably when we got Deadpool and Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine. And just real quick, let me look up the other one that you had in mind, or the other one from the 1998 series. Oh, it's just number 0. So I had the right one. So there you go. Whatever the significance is with this book, it's dropped a little bit, quite a bit. So I don't know what you paid for it, but it might be too late to get your money back for this. So there you go, bro. I hope I helped you out. Let's see what else is going on. I still haven't opened the 9 auction I won. Oh, you haven't opened it yet, Goldman? Open that stuff up, bro. YouTube is Walking Dead 19. I already looked that up. Jason Smith in the house. Agent Smith. Dang it. Man, you guys are chatting up a storm. I can't even keep up with you guys. Oh, here we go. Transformers #1. That's the next one that I got. Let's go to that real quick. I go for probably like 20 more minutes, guys. I'm gonna shut it down. Actually, I gotta do an unslabbing real quick. Transformers #1 from 1980. Where you at? Where you at? Here we go. Wait, no. That says Transformers UK. Is it Transformers or the Transformers? The thing about GPA is you got to be very specific. Here we go. The Transformers. You know, it's funny that you asked me to look up Transformers because I was actually going to talk a little bit about Transformers, the movie, and how it's had a box office low, opening weekend low than any other Transformers movie. 9.2, but we'll hold that off for another time. Okay, there we go. Transformers #1 from 1984 in a CGC 9.2. It's about an $80 book. It's sold for a high just last year for $123. Why did it sell for a high last year is beyond me, but it's still, I mean, it's still an $80 to $100 book depending on the who buys it, but that's according to what GPA says. Now, the good thing on that book is that from before most of the movie hype, it was only like a $30 to $50, $60 book. Once the first movie came out here in 2007, it went up to about 80, and then it's pretty much sustained its value for the most part. So I mean, that's a good thing about that book. Ever since the movie hype from the first movie 10 years ago, it hasn't really lost any value. You know, it's gone up and down, but it hasn't really lost any value. So hope that helps out. Carsaconic Point. Look up Batman 635. Vernon Johnson wants me to look up Batman 635 9.8. I will do that for you, sir. Batman. All right, Batman 635. And a 9.8. All right, here we go. I gotta know what I'm looking at here. Oh, this is the first Red Hood? I got you. First Red Hood. First Jason Todd as Red Hood. Okay, got you. First Jason Todd as Red Hood. So it's easily a $300 book. Last year it sold close to 400. Now, even though this year's not even over with yet. So far this year, 32 have been sold, and we're halfway through the year compared to 55 the previous year. So, GPA for this book could still, go up, or it could still stay at the, $380 mark, but you're looking at a, $300 to $380 book right now. So yeah, I hope that helps out, bro. It's taken quite the spike ever since 2013, 2014. I don't know why. Was it because of the animated movie? Because that what was that movie? Batman, the one where I forget the animated movie that DC put out where it showed Jason Todd getting whacked by the Joker, I think. But that was a good movie, man. That was a real good movie. Sad but good. Which company is cheaper to get graded? I think CBCS is not only cheaper, but I think they're better when it comes to grading and quality. Their customer service is definitely a lot better too. Jason Smith. I actually called CGC a couple weeks ago just to kind of ask them some probing questions about their pressing service. And to my surprise, they had some good customer service. I think that they are amping up their game because people have said often how their customer service is almost non-existent. And so I think that they're starting to realize that CBCS has better customer service, so they're trying to do the same thing. Captain Marvel 17 second print. Sure. Captain Marvel 17 second print for Angel B. Captain Marvel 17. Which year? I got a lot of Captain Marvels here, Angel B. Give me a year and I'll come back to it. Fantastic Four 48. Was that the first Silver Surfer? First Watcher, something like that. Fantastic Four 48. In what grade? 5.5. Here we go. So it's about a $450 book. Wow. But it's gone up. Like it's sold as high as 515, which was actually earlier this year. But ever since what, 2012? Even in 2010, it sold for almost $400. Ever since 2012, the book has gone up. So for the past 3 years, it's only gone up. So that's a key book. Good book to have, even in that grade. So there you go. SW Tech Comics. It's about a $450 to $500 book. Good book. All right. Let me see if Angel B responded yet. Oh, 2014. From 2014. All right, we'll go to Captain Marvel right here. Number 17. So it doesn't go to 17, so it's got to be the wrong one. Oh, come on. Huh. We'll just look up a bunch of them real quick. Captain Marvel. What's going on? Okay, so it's making me go to each one individually. I'll try 2012. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is this? Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, so here's what's going on. there's no recordings of. Okay, that's what's going on. There's no recordings of Captain Marvel. There's no GPA recordings of Captain Marvel number 17. That's why I'm not getting it. So when it comes to that, your best bet, Angel B, is probably eBay. It's just, I guess it isn't a book that's generated the data for GPA to acquire it. So that's why I'm not getting anything. Because see right here, it's only 1, 3, and 5 that's been recorded. So as is right now, Angel B, I'm not able to see any GPA analysis on that book. So I would go to eBay, man. eBay is still a good resource to use. So I really apologize about that. Let me go ahead and move on. I'm gonna do one more, guys, and then I'm gonna do a crack. I'm gonna crack a slab, and then we are going to close this bad boy out. Adam, man, nah, I'm not gonna mess my table up this time. I have a plan, my friend. I have a plan. All right, so last one, the Marvel Family number 1. And guys, if you have a book that you want me to look at, put your request in the comment section. I will look it up, and I think what I might start doing is getting you your answer in the comment section so you don't have to wait for a week. Marvel Family number 1. Can I assume it's from 1945? You got a book that old, man? Dubstep, you got a book that old, bro? A 4.5? It's a $2,500 book. If this is right, if this is what you're talking about, this thing has gone through the roof. It's a $2,500 book. I hope that this answers your question. Or lower. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to. Okay, so he bought one for $350 in that grade CBCS slab. Good for you, man. Good for you. So let me go ahead and close this out. I'm gonna crack a slab real quick, and then we are going to close this out. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking screenshots of the chat so that I can look up stuff for you guys once I get off air, and I will look up what you guys want me to look up and get back to you. I'm gonna try not to make it till next week before I get back to you, but I will definitely look up for you guys what you want me to look up. So let me unshare my screen real quick. All right. Let me move some things around. So the slab I'm going to crack this morning is this one right here. This is the first appearance of the black costume in Spider-Man comic books. It's tied for the first appearance with Amazing Spider-Man 252. Amazing Spider-Man 252, and this book came out the same week. So it's still the first appearance of the black costume. The interesting thing about this is the previous CBCS banner. The one I did last week was the newer CBCS slabs. this is the one, the previous slabs, the banners that they were going by. So this is what I'm going to crack this morning. And I'll point my screen down. Oh yeah, I need a good I'm like, I want, part of me wants to be like, I just crack it, or because it was 4th of July, I wanted to get like a thumbnail of like a firecracker, like a firecracker attached to the slab or something, like taped to the slab and light it and then take off. But you know, we'll do it like this. So here's my preventer right here, because I did this last week. Right here, I'm not gonna do that again. So we're gonna cover that up, and we're gonna go ahead and now, one of the things about this is it looks to be the same casing, just different banner. The reason why I want to crack this open is because it came in a much lower grade than I thought it should have. Even after I used CBCS's preferred presser, I am now my own preferred presser. So I'm going to take this out and just keep it raw. There's not really any need of me keeping it in a slab, just because it didn't come in a high enough grade for me to keep it there. So last week I just broke these clamps right here. We're going to try to do the same thing. I got my skizzers right here, and let's go ahead and try to do this so I don't have to keep you guys tied up any longer. So last time I just kind of went like, popped them off. Let me see if I can. All right. It came off pretty good. Get this side. There we go. Easy peasy. Nice. Okay. Slide this baby out. Pretty easy. I think I got this down to a science. I think I got this thing pretty mastered now. So in the future, cracking slabs will be much easier. I always like to keep the banner. I think maybe I'll just keep this one in plastic, because I think I took the other banner out. Got the banner right here. I'm going to keep it to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the top and then cut the side. I guess I probably shouldn't be cutting down the spine. Maybe I should have gone down the other side, but oh well. It's not a very expensive book anyways. And all right, so that's it. Take this bad boy out. Now let me see why they gave this a 9.2. Oh, I think I see it. Whoever did the pressing job did not really do a good enough job, in my opinion, because it's got a little bit right here, which I could have gotten out. But I think why I got a 9.2 is it's got a, 1, 2, 3 little spine ticks. But right here, the corner, I don't think you guys will be able to see that. But right there at the corner, it's got a little bit of color break, kind of a, what is that, about a 1/2 inch? 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch color break. But other than that, man, I don't know if I would have put this in a 9.2. I would have called it maybe a 9.4. But I mean, hey, that's one of the things I like about CBCS is they're strict on their grading. So that was probably significant enough for them to give it a 9.2. And I would much rather have my books strictly graded than loosely graded just for a higher grade, because once people get their books and they look at it, I think they start to judge the grading company more harshly because of the inappropriate or inaccurate grade. So that's it, you guys. I want to thank everybody so much for watching. Sorry I was not as actively involved with the chat as possible, but I am not the best at multitasking at times. So I hope everybody has a great 4th of July weekend. If you're going to go out there and do some barbecue, make sure you save me a plate. Eat real good. Eat for me. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Till next time, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Keep God first in your life, as I always say, and enjoy your comic books. And God bless you guys. Till next time. Peace.